What's going on, guys? Jacob Ober here. Welcome to my official 2019 NFL Divisional Round picks for the 2019 NFL postseason. So last week I did my official playoff predictions right before I left for vacation, and I predicted the entire playoffs, how I thought everything was going to shape out to be. I think I was 2 for 4 on Wild Card Weekend, but in this video we're going to do things different. I'm not going to take into account what I picked in that game. I'm just going to look at these matchups as they are right now and pick winners. So the first two games we have on tap on Saturday are the Chiefs and the Colts, and the Rams and the Cowboys. We're going to start in Kansas City with the Chiefs and the Colts. Kansas City has had a phenomenal year, and Patrick Mahomes is one of my favorite quarterbacks in the league to watch. Very entertaining player. Easily the MVP this year in my eyes, but I'm not sold on this Kansas City defense, and I'm still not sold on that home field advantage that the Chiefs have. And I know last week that I said that the Chiefs do have a very significant home field advantage in Arrowhead, but they still haven't won a playoff game there in, I believe, about 25 years or so. And they have had quite a few home playoff games there since then. And you know what? I mean, I like the Kansas City team. I think they have a very bright future, and I think at some point they will win a Super Bowl under Patrick Mahomes, maybe multiple Super Bowls. Obviously, he is the best quarterback in the league right now, but their defense, to me, is just not good enough. It's not close to good enough. And if this offense has one bad game against a pretty good defense, and the Colts have a pretty underrated defense, keep in mind, if they have one bad game, they're done. I mean, they're going to have to win shootouts to advance in the postseason, and that is no way to win in the postseason, to keep winning shootouts every single game. So, with that being said, I like what I see in Andrew Luck. I think he's had a phenomenal year. I like this Colts defense. I like their offensive line. I think the Colts, honestly, might be the more complete team, and I think I'm going to go with Indianapolis in this one and the upset. I think they're going to win 35-31. Moving on to the second game of Saturday, the Rams and the Cowboys. And you know what? I've always been a guy who doesn't like the Cowboys. Obviously, I'm a Packers fan. I've never liked the Cowboys, and we've had some pretty memorable matchups over the years. But I do like what the Cowboys have done this year. I think that they actually have had a really good year, and I do have to give them credit for what they did. And I was a guy who was discrediting them a lot earlier on in the year when they weren't really playing as well. But this defense of theirs is very underrated. I think Dak Prescott is actually a lot better than people give him credit for, even though earlier in the year I was a pretty big Dak hater. He is serviceable enough. I think that he's good enough to get the Cowboys to at least the championship game. However, I don't think that the Cowboys are going to win this game, and the reason why is because even though they have a fantastic running game with Ezekiel Elliott and a fantastic offensive line, I still like this Rams front seven. I like Aaron Donald in the interior. I like these pass rushers that the Rams have, and I think that they're going to win the battle at the line of scrimmage today, or I mean on Saturday, and they're going to end up winning this football game for that reason. And this is going to be a smash mouth football game. I don't think there's going to be a whole lot of points put on the board in this one. Two really good defenses. And also, I think that Jared Goff is a better quarterback than Dak Prescott. So I think I'm going to give the edge to the Rams here. I think the Rams win this one by a final score of 23-10. Moving on to the Sunday games. The first Sunday game we have is the Chargers at the Patriots. And you guys know how much I really dislike the Patriots. And you know what? They have really had a phenomenal run of success over the past 10 to 20 years or so under Tom Brady and Bill Belichick and all those guys. But in this one, I mean, I did see a statistic earlier this week that Phillip Rivers is 0-7 versus the Patriots in the Tom Brady era. I think that the Chargers are going to win this one. I think Phillip Rivers is going to get his first ever win over Tom Brady. I mean, I just think the Chargers are a more complete team. I mean, they just look like a better team right now. Phillip Rivers has struggled a little bit down the stretch, but I still think that he's a better quarterback at this point in time than Tom Brady is. And even though, obviously, Foxborough is one of the best home field advantages for any Patriots team in the NFL, obviously, but I like the Chargers defense as well. I think they're going to be able to shut down the Patriots offense. I think they're going to have Tom Brady getting hassled in the pocket all day, and I think this Chargers offense is going to do enough to get the victory. I'm going to pick the Chargers to win this one 20-14. It's going to be a close one that comes down. I think Brady's going to have the ball for a final drive, but the Chargers are going to get a big stop to seal the victory for them and advance them to the AFC Championship game. So my AFC Championship game pick, it's going to be the Colts versus the Chargers. That's that'd be really, really cool, man. I mean, I'd love to see the two upsets in the AFC. So, moving on though to the final game of the divisional round. This one might be the most obvious pick of the four. And you know what? I love Nick Foles. It's the Eagles at the Saints, by the way. I love Nick Foles, but I mean, I just don't see anybody going into New Orleans and winning. I just don't. New Orleans is such a hard place to win at. And even though Nick Foles is a really, really good quarterback and a guy who's always been stepping up at the big stage, obviously he had that miraculous Super Bowl run with the Eagles last year and had a miraculous victory in Chicago last week, I just don't see them beating the Saints. The Saints are just such a better team on so many levels. They have the better quarterback, better running game, better offensive line, better defense. I mean, it's just... there's advantages all over the place for the Saints. But obviously it's the NFL, and they play the games for the reason, so I'm not saying that the Eagles have no chance to win this, even though they did get blown out 48-7 last time they played in New Orleans this season. But as for my pick for this one, I'm going to go Saints 38, Eagles 21. So those are my divisional round picks for the 2019 NFL postseason. I'm picking the Colts over the Chiefs, the Chargers over the Patriots, the Rams over the Cowboys, and the Saints over the Eagles. So the championship games, I believe, next weekend will be the Colts versus the Chargers and the Saints versus the Rams. So anyways, guys, though, thanks for watching. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. Who's going to win tomorrow and Sunday? Leave your comment in the comment section below. Be sure to leave a like and subscribe. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.